लंदन में we used to give email for the appointment to meet the teacher. You are going to do everything. ठीक है. They're quite rigid about something. Now they're giving you the tutorial, they're giving you 25 cases in one day, and the next day you have to come. Deadline is purely dead.
Yes, ma'am.
मतलब NLU जोधपुर में फिर भी -1 करके प्रोजेक्ट मतलब सबमिट करने का एक चांसेस है, वहाँ पे वो चांस भी नहीं है.
Hello everyone, welcome to the another episode of DNLU podcast. I'm Siddharth Singh, third year student at DNLU Jabalpur. Today we have with us Dr. Chugagi Chakrabarti ma'am, who is an associate professor at DNLU. Ma'am has done her LLB honors from Calcutta University. Then she went on to pursue her LLM in IPR from London Metropolitan University, London. Ma'am has been awarded with her MPhil from NLSIU Bangalore and her PhD from Nalsar, Hyderabad. Ma'am has also been a postdoctoral research fellow at Max Planck Institute of Innovation and Competition. We're grateful to have you, ma'am, on the podcast.
Thank you.
Ma'am, right off the bat, first question. Why should one pursue high studies in law, especially people who don't want to enter academia? Like, why is there any use of LLM for them if they don't wish to enter academia?
See, the thing is like that LLM is giving the exposure to the specialized subject. Now, if anyone is taking corporate law, so the corporate law extensively, they actually getting the exposure.
Yes.
IPR, then IPR related all the subjects. And not only that, of course, the maturity wise or after doing the 5 years or 3 years LLB, so LLM also, master degree also considered as a research. So they can do the in-depth research. Now research is very much needed for everyone. So for judiciary also, judges, they are also doing the research. The lawyer, of course, their perspective of doing research to save the client. Academic research is a pretty neutral research.
Yes.
So we are doing the unbiased research. So even in the judiciary, so for my knowledge, LLM usually given the advantage.
Yes.
So in this manner, even in the good lot of law firm, after certain years, they prefer the student is having the master degree.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this manner, it's just the cliche that whoever is coming for the academia, they are only meant to be LLM. ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है. LLM सबके लिए है. मतलब of course it's a matter of interest. ज़रूरी नहीं है क्योंकि कभी डिग्री is just the requirement.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowledge के लिए it is even sky is not the limit.
Definitely.
So anyone can do that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So bringing on to my next question, ma'am. How does one decide that they should pursue their LLM from a domestic institution or from an institution abroad? Like, what factors should influence their decision of this?
See, there is pros and cons of both. Now, if anyone is actually managing the scholarship, then it's better to, they can take a chance for going abroad. Now, it's not like that, as per my vast experience with abroad, it's not really like that. ये बच्चों का बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब दिमाग में रहता है कि we are going to get a huge thing from the outside India, what we are not getting within India. ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है. मैं क्लास भी ले चुकी हूँ बाहर. तो what my understanding is, in India, good lot of teachers, they are much more caring. लंदन में we used to give email for the appointment to meet the teacher.
Okay.
तो यहाँ पे बच्चे पर्सनल कारण के लिए और मतलब इवन एकेडमिया वट एवर एंड खास करके NLU जैसे स्ट्रक्चर में वी यूज्ड टू बी अ फैमिली, एक साथ रहते हैं, कैंपस के अंदर रहते हैं, तो हर सुख दुख में वी आर टुगेदर, तो वी आर मच मोर अप्रोचेबल, वी आर मच मोर अवेलेबल, जो वहाँ पे होता ही नहीं है, देयर इज़ अ डिस्टेंस। तो ये एक बड़ी बात है। तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है बहुत हट के, बहुत हाई फाई, जैसे इंडिया पे भी मतलब कभी कभी कोई टीचर के क्लास बहुत बढ़िया लगता है, कोई टीचर के क्लास इतना बढ़िया नहीं लगता है। इट्स सब्जेक्टिव डिस्कशन, द सेम थिंग ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, हर जगह पे सेम है। तो वो जो हमारे दिमाग में है ना कि बाहर जाएंगे तो बहुत कुछ मिलेंगे, ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है। नाउ द एस्पेक्ट ऑफ एक्सप्लोरिंग आउटसाइड इंडिया, इसका एक पर्सपेक्टिव है। पर्सपेक्टिव है ये कि ये जो टेकन फॉर अ ग्रांटेड लाइफ है हमारा इंडिया पे, सब कुछ प्लेटर में मिलते हैं, सो देयर इज़ अ हार्डशिप, ठीक है ना, खुद के काम खुद करना। इफ़ यू वांट टू हैव अ ब्रेड, या ऐसे जैसे मेस नहीं मिलता है, ठीक है, सो यू हैव टू डू ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, कपड़े धोने से, ब्रेड खरीद के खुद के ब्रेकफास्ट तैयारी करने से, मतलब यू आर गोइंग टू डू एवरीथिंग, ठीक है। दे आर क्वाइट रिजिड अबाउट समथिंग। Now they're giving you the tutorial, they're giving you 25 cases in one day, and the next day you have to come with the preparation. अगर तुम वो 25 केसेस पढ़ के नहीं आते हो, एज फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं बोल रही हूँ, तुम क्लास फॉलो नहीं कर पाओगे। तो यहाँ के टीचर्स की तरह इतना कॉन्सिडरेट नहीं होते हैं कि यू कैन गेट अवे विद दैट, ठीक है। Anyway, that I have seen in NLU Jodhpur also, deadline is purely dead.
Yes, ma'am.
मतलब NLU जोधपुर में फिर भी -1 करके प्रोजेक्ट मतलब सबमिट करने का एक चांसेस है, वहाँ पे वो चांस भी नहीं है। मतलब either you need to submit or you have no scope, ठीक है। So I know during master 3 of us specifically, me, another one from MSc in medical genetics and another one from the polymer engineering, we 3 completed within 1 year.
Okay.
The whole community of subcontinent, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India.
Okay.
तो ये जो डिजर्टेशन होता है उसको कंप्लीट ही नहीं कर पाया था।
Oh.
That is the thing. So deadline is very dead, and you were getting 5 appointment to discuss, and that is very rigid. So this type of things are there, which somehow teaching you what is the, I mean, value of the thing. Easy सब कुछ available हो जाने से we are never give the value of anything that is there. They're very rigid about the citation, referencing. So whatever you are making the assignment, project, so it's very particular about the referencing and citation. And you are going to lose huge marks if your citation and reference is not proper. So these things, it's a very rigidly they follow, so that's there. And not only that, एक डिफरेंट कंट्री, दूसरे देश, उसका सोशो कल्चरल सिचुएशन अलग है, तुम्हें दूसरे कंट्री के स्टूडेंट के साथ यू आर मिंगलिंग। सो ये जो मतलब एक डाइवर्सिटी और कल्चरल तौर पे इट्स समहाउ ओपन योर माइंड। सो दिस टाइप ऑफ हार्डशिप एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, इट्स वेरी हेल्पफुल टू ग्रूम योर सेल्फ। तो मतलब मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ, लंदन जाने के पहले की मैं और उसके बाद की मैं, आई मीन इट्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस, बिकॉज मुझे पता चला क्या है। तो दैट हार्डशिप ऑल्सो मेड मी टुडे। सो इन दिस मैनर आई ऑलवेज give that particular thing. Now, another thing, I just want to tell one thing. See, we normally used to pick US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, because who are speaking in English, because it's much more comfortable for us. But you need to go through which subject they are doing good. Okay, don't congest yourself within. Now already US is over congested, UK is over congested. So मार्केट पेनिट्रेट करना और वहाँ पे मार्केट में बाद में खुद को इस्टेब्लिश करना इतना आसान बात नहीं है. Just because of the language only, so you can explore other countries as well. So European country also as well as good. You can, take your course in English. आगे जाके if you can pick up any other language, that's also good. So in this manner, don't be congested with the US, UK. No. So come out from that particular thing. That is the another suggestion from my side.
Just one, like personally, I know a lot of people who just wanted to go abroad and they ended up in either US or UK or like Canada or somewhere.
Correct.
Just because they had to.
Because the language.
Yeah, exactly. And they justified it by saying that it also has common law system there, like in UK and Canada. So they like.
इतना कुछ problem नहीं होते हैं, because I remember specifically. Now also I used to, whenever I used to teach IP, it's a comparative one. Simultaneously, UK, US, Europe, I usually say.
Okay.
So, because it's a global subject. So, only going for the India is not really workable. तो इतना भी मुश्किल नहीं होता है कि सिविल लॉ कंट्री के जो पर्सपेक्टिव है उसमें वो मतलब उनका लॉ पढ़ना या समझना, nothing like that.
Okay.
End of the day, it's a law.
So
इतना भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं होते हैं. बट व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से कि एक्सपोजर वाइज मे बी यू आर going to get much more exposure because these places are already congested. That I am saying. Now, extreme brilliant is a separate matter altogether. Okay. और एक बात मैं कहने की और एक ऐड करूँगी जो शायद लोगों को मालूम नहीं है, कि कहीं से ग्रेजुएशन ऑलवेज, जैसे NLUs में भी we always considered the cream is the UG student, not really the PG student. तो ठीक उसी तरह में abroad में भी, so they give the, अगर वहीं पे कोई UG करे तो उसका जो foot holding बनते हैं, that is not after the master degree. That's there. अगर कोई जान पहचान है, ये है और एक्सट्रीमली ब्रिलियंट है, लकीली कुछ ये हो गया, सो दैट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट इशू ऑल टुगेदर. अदरवाइज इतना आसान भी नहीं है. मैं बस एक रियलिटी दिखा रही हूँ. आई एम नॉट डिस्करेजिंग, इट कैन हैपन एनी टाइम, बट इट्स नॉट सो ईजी कि एकदम से मैं ये सोच के जाऊँ मैं वहाँ पे LLM करूँ, करने के बाद ही मुझे कुछ करने को मिल जाएगा. दैट्स समहाउ रॉन्ग परसेप्शन. इतना भी हाई सोच के नहीं जाना चाहिए.
Makes sense on that reason. Ma'am, moving on to the further question. What do you think are the factors that one should consider while choosing a specialization in LLM?
It's totally based on the first and foremost your own choice. ठीक है कि ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि I'm looking to the market and I'm picking the specialization. So arbitration is a very much hot topic, so I'm picking arbitration. Though I have no interest, it matters always. So if you are not having interest on that particular subject, you cannot excel, you cannot connect yourself, because whenever you are doing the higher studies, it is much more research. So you're not getting the interest to go into the depth. That is the one typical point.
This one.
I always consider. Even in the later stage also, whenever anyone is asking me for the PhD topic or something like that, I on what topic? तुम किस पे काम करना चाहते हो? ठीक है, because I have my specific choice, जिसमें मैं दिमाग लगा सकती हूँ, मन लगा सकती हूँ. I can connect myself. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Now, एक मतलब इसी रेफरेंस में एक बात कहती हूँ मैं, and previous questions also, like IPR. Very few people really know Turin University, which is actually, I mean, with association of WIPO. And Turin University used to get the scholarship for the developing country and less developed country. And some of my students also did from there, and they're successfully working in the Europe. So इस तरह से no one is thinking. So people are thinking, maybe they are thinking for the Stanford, they're thinking for
Oxford.
Oxford IP थोड़ा मुश्किल है. Queen's Mary, it's also equally good. But after that, getting the exposure in the career, मुश्किल है. And it's a huge expensive. But the course curriculum and the quality of the education is exactly the same. But I mean, people rarely know about this. तो कभी उसको explore करते ही नहीं है. So that's why I'm just giving one example for the intellectual property. You can get easily the scholarship and you can pursue the IP LLM there, and there is a good opportunity for the UN and as well as for the European market.
Makes sense. Then, ma'am, moving on to the next question. Do you think, ma'am, high studies in law helps lawyers transition into new areas of practice, or like advance their careers in general? Does pursuing high studies help that in that?
Okay. With the example, the thing is like that. Suppose one lawyer. So as I told earlier, research is needed everywhere. But perspective is different. Academia always do the neutral research or non-biased research. We used to see or used to explore the every side. So that's the job of the academia. Now, judges also do the research, lawyers also do the research. Now, lawyers always do the research from the perspective of the client. Now, one lawyer got a client who came to save himself or herself from the cyber crime. हो सकता है कि वो कभी साइबर क्राइम के ऊपर काम ही नहीं किया. ठीक है. Now, थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर मतलब newspaper, blogs and all other things, he knows, but not exactly never dealt with the cyber crime. लेकिन एक लीगल नोटिस अगर किसी बैंक को भेजना पड़े, वो कैसे लिखते हैं, उसका आइडिया उसको क्लियर है. नाउ ऑन द केस मेरिट specifically, he needs to dig it up what exactly the provision, which act and all these things needed to be done from that particular case merit. So in this manner, whenever successfully any lawyer deal with any that type of case, so now I mean, he is happy, client is happy. So he explored a new dimension which never ever done before. So in this manner, हो सकता है कि कभी ट्रेडमार्क का कोई केस लड़ा ही नहीं, कि अचानक आ गया, मतलब अपने दोस्त रिश्तेदार के चलो करते हैं. So start reading, start understanding and then defend well. So in this manner, we can. So lawyers also doing the research in this way. So how you are going to tag it, I don't know, the higher studies or something like that. But I think it's a very much need-based thing. or opportunity-based thing. Whenever they're getting that opportunity, they are actually doing that particular thing. That is research and in-depth research. Other than that, you cannot save your client. That's the point.
Makes sense. Ma'am, you being academician in IPR, what do you think that should one pursue IPR in LLM? Is that something like you've been yourself have done LLM from outside in IPR from London Metropolitan University, and do you think that is doing an LLM in IPR worth it? And if yes, then what other apart from the TULIP in the institution you talked about, are there any other institutions that people should look up to?
There are a couple of good university who are, like I told, Stanford University, they are having very elaborate IP. Queen's Mary is pretty good in IP. So there are, even Munich intellectual property is very good in IP. And just next to Max Planck Institute of Innovation and Competition. So these are good, apart from Turin University, Italy. The point is, intellectual property is having several subject matter. Correct? Now, specifically for patent, if I am talking from a point of view of practice, people prefer the technological background only for the patent, not for other subject matter. So the thing is like that, US, UK, everywhere, they prefer having the specific engineering degree to deal with the patent. Correct, because they can understand the particular nitty-gritties of the technology. Now, here in India, yes, law firm usually, patent agent usually draft the patent specification, but the litigation actually used to deal by the lawyers. So they simply consult with the technicians and they understand how they are going to present that particular technology in for or against. So in this manner they deal with. Now, apart from patent, semiconductor layout design, all other subject matters is not really technical. And from an Indian perspective, our maximum work is actually happening on trademark. Not only international, but also domestic trademark. And LLB student is very much can be trademark agent. So it's an ample scope. Just now I had talked about my student who just passed out from the Turin University, and she is also working in Netherlands for a brand management on trademark. So in this manner, what I'm trying to say, apart from patent and apart from integrated circuit layout design, the other scopes, copyright, trademark, geographical indication, industrial design. So all these subject matter easily anyone can deal with. So exposure wise also anyone can work on that particular field. So there is an ample of chance. Just last June, I have seen two, one GNLU student and other one also from some NLU, I forgot. They're working in the WIPO as a research associate. So in this manner, previously when I went to the WIPO, I have seen one of the NLU Jodhpur student. She is working in the green IP. So in this manner, it's not only the scope is limited to. Now, if you are, it's not WIPO or WTO. UNDP is also working. UNTACT is also working. WHO is also working. So everyone, I usually say you cannot put any step without IP because every product and service somehow related with IP. So this even organization is also FAO with the plant variety. So all these things. So good lot of UN organization is there to explore your career in this manner. I know when I did the UNDP project in India, there are from NLSIU, from GNLU, students are there. They are working. So in this manner, already they are nothing but a law students. Even the UNDP, the regional head, she is actually from law.
Okay.
Ruchi Pant. So, Dr. Ruchi Pant. So, in this manner, there is an ample of opportunity is there for the further higher study and do research. And of course, now trademark and brand is such a thing. It's moving. So continuously. So there are good lot of opportunity to work on that. Now to pick the right one and approach, that's also the matter. So only having law is not going to give the exposure in the patent. Apart from that, ample of other subject matter is having that opportunity. Now you need to go for the correct opportunity. That's the matter. Now there are certain interface also, like cyber and intellectual property, competition law and intellectual property, environment, like just now I told about the green IP, environmental law and IP. So this interface is also very much important. Not only that, I mean, several times I used to say in the class also, if you want to excel in the IP from a practice point of view, you have to have a good grip on contract.
Okay.
So, end of the day, license agreement, negotiations, all these things are based on the contract. मैंने कई बार सुना, बच्चे को IP आता है, लेकिन basic contract भूल चुके हैं. तो that's really required. कि IP and contract, if you have a good grip on both, you can do a fabulous practice. So these are the things.
That was very convincing, ma'am. And finally, ma'am, do you have any suggestions, advice for the students?
But the thing is like that, ki 2-3 things is very important. I mean, on and off, I usually used to tell you guys. The thing is like that, there is no any other option apart from sincerity. I'm not telling as per your age, as per your time, you're not going to enjoy your life. Have fun, enjoy it. But you need to understand you are in the NLU. Now, National Law University, I mean, the formation of National Law University is having some other perspective. Legal academia, brilliancy, to pull it up, we have started the journey from NLS Bangalore, then Hyderabad, then Kolkata, then Jodhpur, then Bhopal. In this manner, we have started that one after another. Now, NLU groom the student in such a manner to do the research, to do the focus on the particular career-centric some thing. So you are going to get a good library. You are getting the resources online, offline resources, teachers. You are staying in the campus. So obviously your group discussion, students sitting. तो मैंने NLS में भी देखा, NLU जोधपुर में भी देखा, रात तक बच्चे सीढ़ी के ऊपर सब बैठ के पढ़ रहे हैं. They are discussing one thing, and so this is a very typical thing. क्योंकि स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी में क्या होता है कि मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर डे स्कॉलर. हम लोग आते हैं, चले जाते हैं. ग्रुप स्टडी हम लोग भी करते थे. आई एम फ्रॉम द स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी. बस देयर इज अ डिमार्केटिव difference in this NLU structure, how much you are getting the exposure for the moot competition, for the ADR negotiation competition, for the AC writing, for your any quiz, all these things. इतना सब कुछ का exposure इतना नहीं मिलता था. अभी शायद थोड़ा बाकी जगहों पे भी इंट्रोड्यूस हो गया है. So you need to take the advantage from all these things. So NLU का जो essence है, जो NLU का texture है, try to feel it. ठीक है, और वो फील करने के बाद you have to have that dedication, that hard work, that sincerity. कि I am investing my energy, time, money, all these things, so I'm going to excel. With all these things, what opportunity eventually I got. और इस तरह से एक इंस्टीट्यूशन भी slowly, gradually excel करते. Otherwise, it could be difficult until unless you are going to be disciplined, you are following all the things. Mushkil.
And thank you again, ma'am, for your time. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. We'll be back soon.